Hi friends, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Agnes. In today's tutorial, I will show you how I made this tote bag. It has this writing out of office on one side and the other side is made out of granny squares. You can make both sides similar, for example, granny squares on both sides or single crochets on both sides, depends on what you like. I just wanted it to have two sides, different sides, because I was going on vacation in Paris, and yeah, I just wanted to have something, like this. So we are going to go straight into the tutorial, and I'll be using scrap yarn for this. So for what I'll be using today is scissors. For the hook size, I'll be using a 3.5mm hook, a darning needle, and for the yarn, I'm using scrap yarn, different colors, but my main color is this cream, and it is size 3 yarn. So yeah, just get what you have and then we'll begin. If you have thicker yarn that makes tight stitches, I think that would be best, but I'm working with what I already have. And yeah, so if you could get thicker yarn, tight stitches, I think that would be best for this. Anyways, we are going to start with making granny squares, and for this granny square I am going to be starting with this orange color. Okay, so I have made these granny squares in the last few videos, so I will start with a foundation chain, a slip knot. I'll start with a slip knot and then I'm going to chain 3, 2 and 3. Once I chain 3, I'm going to go into my first chain here and then make a slip stitch to close this off. It is like a teeny tiny circle. Then we are going to chain 3, yarn over, and this chain 3 counts as a stitch. So I'm going to go into my circle that I made and I will make a double crochet like that. Okay, so I'm going to go into that same circle, make my third double crochet because this chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and then I'll go in again and I'm going to make a total of 12 double crochets. So we are going to start with a slip knot, and this right here is my slip knot, and I'm going to chain 3, so that's 1, 2 and 3. So I'm going to go into my very first chain with my hook, insert in my hook and make a slip knot like this. So I made a very tiny circle in between there. So you're going to chain 3, and your chain 3 counts as a stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, go into the middle of my circle there and make a double crochet. So the chain 3 counts as a stitch, so this should be my second double crochet, and I'll go into that same circle, make my third double crochet. Okay, I have 3 double crochets, and then I'll chain 2, yarn over, and into that same circle I'll make 3 double crochets. Two and then 3. Just pull them to the side so that you have more space, and then I'll chain 2, and then in that very same circle in the middle there I'm going to make 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and then my next 3 double crochets. Chain 2, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need 4 of the clusters. So I have 4 clusters, and then I have 1, 2, 3. I know I need 4 chain spaces, so you chain 2, and we are going to close this off by going on top of the chain 3 and making a slip stitch. So we have 4 corners. These chain spaces will be our corners. Okay, and then you're going to chain 1 you're changing color, then cut off and change color. Okay, so next one I'm going to be using this black color, so you can weave this in so that you are able to cut it later without having to weave it in later. Anyway, so we are going to turn our work to the wrong side now and reattach our new color. Mine is black, so we are going to go into the corner, which is this chain space. So I'll go in and I will reattach my yarn and chain 3. So that is 1, that is 2, and that is 3. Okay, and then I'm going to make 2 more double crochets in this chain space. So 1 and 2, so counting with this chain space, so it is 3 double crochets, 1 2 3. Okay, then I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to go straight into this next corner and make 3 double crochets, and in every corner we'll be chaining 2 after making 3 double crochets, and we go straight into that same space and make another cluster. Okay, so the corner is like 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and now we go into the next corner and make 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then in that same space make 3 double crochets, and you're going to do this all through. Chain 2, and then we go to the last one. We already have 3, so we are going to make 3 in that space and then chain 2. Okay, so we have 1 2 3, and this is our 4th, so you chain 2 and then you go on top of the chain 3 that you made at first and then close it off with a slip stitch. So we have our 4 corners. So if you want to change color, this is your time to cut it off and then change color. So I'm using just random colors for this, but you can have a color pattern that you follow if you want. Just have to be uniform or something. So you're going to turn your work again. So we'll be turning our work after every round, and I'm going to now use this brown color. So I'll go just into any chain space, okay, into any corner, reattach my yarn, and then chain 3. So 1 2 and 3, and then work 2 more double crochets to make it 3. So I have 3, and these are our corners, yeah, but where we have the chain 2 is our corner. So this on the side is not our corner. So on the side we will just make 3 double crochets in the sides, and then I'll go to my corner and make 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then that same space 3 double crochets. Okay, and then I'll just go to the side and make 3 double crochets, and then move on to the corner and do it just like this. So go around, I'll meet you once. So I'm going into my last corner here, and then I'll chain 2, go on top of my chain 3, make a slip stitch, chain 1, cut my yarn. So now I need to change color if you're changing color, that is. And I'm going to use my primary color, which is the white. So turn your work once more, because we are turning our work, and go into any corner, reattach your yarn and chain 3. Chain 3 counts as a stitch, so I insert 2 double crochets to make it 3, and then now I go into the side spaces. So I go in with just 3 double crochets. I go into the next space here, make 3 double crochets, and then now I go into the corner. So into this corner I will make 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets into that same corner. And then I'll do a cluster, and then a corner like that until I'm back here. So I'm coming to the end, and this is going to be my last cluster. In my last corner, chain 2, and on top of the chain 3, make a slip stitch, chain 1, and I cut off my yarn. Okay, so this is what I have, and it's about 4 inches wide. Okay, so we are going to make 9 of these, and I already have my 8. Yeah, it's different colors mixed all up, and yeah, so get 9 of these squares, and then we'll come join them together. So this is how I'm going to be joining mine. Okay, so I'm going to be using this color, and I'll just start from here. I have my hook, and I'll start in this stitch where it is next the chain space, right? 1 2 3, and right before this one there is that stitch here. Okay, that is where I'm going to be working, and I will only work in the back loop. So I'll go the same way on this side. So I'll be working in this stitch here, and I'll go the same stitch on this other side. It is right before this, so this is the stitch only in the back loop. I'll reattach the yarn like that, and I'm going to be working only in the back loop. I will be using the slip stitch. There are several methods of joining this that are actually better, but for me this is the simplest. So if you want it to look better, then you can use any other method that you prefer. Okay, so I'll join like this until I'm here, then I'll come only in the back loop. So I worked in 14 stitches, and once I get here, now I need to join these two, so it will be the same. I will go into this space here, the stitch right before the first double crochet, and the stitch right before the first double crochet on this side. So to join these two, I'll still do the same thing, go into the right stitch before the double crochet in the back loop, and just continue doing the same thing. Slip stitching in every back loop. Until the end, get to the end, and I will meet you. So I joined all the 3, and Once I'm here, I'll chain 1, cut the yarn, and that's it. Okay, so now I need to join these others. Okay, the last one. So it's the same thing. I'm just going to begin with this, go into this stitch here before the double crochet, and this stitch here right before the double crochet, all in the back loop, and work slip stitches in the next 13 stitches, only in the back loop, and don't make your stitches very tight, otherwise it crunches up your work. So just repeat the same thing until I have all the 13, it's 13 stitches. I go into the next 13. Here I have 14, and then I have 14 because this 14th is where I reattached my yarn. Okay, and then have all the squares ready. So I'm done here. I have all of them 9 joined on this side, and now I need to join them on this other side. So just gonna turn this, and it's basically the same thing. So I will join only in the back loop, and make these slip stitches, and I'll do this until I'm here, then I'll come show you what we do here. So I'm here, and my last one is going to be this one, this stitch right before the double crochet, and then I'm just going to jump over this and go into these back loops here before the double crochet. We had one here because we had 2 chains, so now the next chain, which is right before the double crochet, and then continue. So it's like before, we're just jumping over. Okay, so you just continue doing that. Once you get here, jump over to this side, and yeah, that's it. And then you will do this other line too, and I'll meet you when you have everything. So this is what I have, everything done. And now I want to make a row of single crochets, a round of single crochets around. So what we are going to do is I'll just go in any corner here, and the corners we are going to be working 4 single crochets in the corner. So I will reattach my yarn, chain 1, and that will count as a single crochet. So I'll go in and make my single crochet. So I'll make the other 2 when I come back. So what I will do is now I'm going to go into every stitch with a single crochet. Why am I working in only? So it is every stitch with a single crochet, and I'm working in 2 loops, not 1. So into every stitch with a single crochet, and I'm carrying my yarn along. So single crochet in every stitch, like this. Okay, single crocheting in every stitch, and once we get to the corner here, it will be 4 single crochets in one corner. So I'll leave this here. I'll cut it off since I've already weaved it in enough. So here I'll work a single crochet in this stitch here, and as well as this stitch here, that is right before the double crochet, because there was that one chain that I didn't work in. I am going to do that now, like that, and then just continue. Okay, so single crochets, and once I get here, I work in this stitch and in this stitch here. Okay, and then continue like that. Once I get here in this space, it's for single crochets. Okay, then you're going to work all around. I am back where I started. So I had only 2 single crochets. Now I'm going to put 2 in more into this space to finish it off, and I'll just make a slip stitch. Okay, so I want to do another round of single crochets. Okay, so I'll chain 1, and I don't want to make them in one direction, so I'll be turning my work. However, you can make them in one direction. I want this to match my other side, so I'll chain 1, turn my work, and I'll make my first one here, and in that same stitch I'll make my second one, and then now I will go on with single crochet in every stitch, and in the corner I'll still work 2 single crochets in every stitch in the corner. Okay, so I went all around, and this is going to be my last one. So I slip stitch here, then chain 1, turn my work again, and I'm going to work my last round. And in this first stitch I'll still insert 2 single crochets, and then work single crochets in every stitch, and at every corner I will work 2 single crochets in one stitch just to make an increase. All right, so I'm going to do this until I'm back here. Okay, so for the second part I'm going to chain 46 chains. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and you're going to chain 46. So I have my 46 chains, and we're now going to work single crochets in every chain. So I'll skip this first one and go into the next one, make a single crochet, go into the next one, make my single crochet, go into the next single crochet, go into the next single crochet, and I'm going to go all the way here until I have 45 single crochets. So I do have my 45 single crochets, and then I'll chain 1 to go to row 2. For row 2 I'm just going to go in this space right here with my hook and make a single crochet, go into the next stitch, make a single crochet, go into the next stitch, make a single crochet. So I'm working single crochets in every stitch. Okay, so I'm going to work 45 single crochets, and I'll meet you at the end. So I have 44 stitches, and this is going to be my 45th right here in the last stitch, and that's it for row 2. Okay, so now we're going to work on row 3, and we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and into this very first stitch here I will work my first single crochet, and then I go into the next stitch, single crochet, and I'll single crochet in every stitch until I get to the end, and once I get to the end I should have 45 stitches, and I'll keep doing that for every row, and I'll come tell you how many rows we'll be doing. Okay, so this is what I have. I did 47 rows, and you are going to do the same 47 rows. And now we want to make single crochets across here just to even it out so that it is easier to attach to the other piece. So let me bring this closer. I am going to chain a 1 here, and I'll go straight into, I'm going to be working in these spaces, this here, at the top, at the bottom, at the top, at the bottom. You'll see the stitches are quite clear, so I'll go straight into this here and make a single crochet, and then go into the bottom here and make a single crochet, and then go into the top here, single crochet bottom, single crochet top, single crochet bottom, single crochet top, single crochet bottom, single crochet top, single crochet. Okay, so once I'm down here, I'll also insert 2 single crochets in this last one, and then I'll close it off. Okay, so I went from here, went all the way, went down here, and came back up here. Okay, so this is already defined, so we are not working single crochets around it. And now this is the right side, right? So we want to bring this like this. The right sides are facing up. This is the right side and this is the right side. They are both facing up, and the wrong sides are facing each other in the middle there. So now we're going to work single crochets all around, joining these 2 parts, right? So what we'll do is, I'm just gonna go into, let me see if this is how I want it to be. Yeah, this is how I am arranging it. The blues, or is it blue or green tassel? I don't know the color. This color here, I'm putting it up. Okay, so let's just say, so I'm gonna insert my hook in that same stitch where I closed off, and then the stitch here in the corner, and then I'm gonna make a single crochet. So I'm going to go into this next stitch, 2 loops, 2 loops, and then make a single crochet, 2 loops, 2 loops here, and then a single crochet, 2 loops, 2 loops, single crochet, 2 loops, 2 loops at the back, single crochet. So I'm going into every stitch and I'm making a single crochet, both the front panel and the back panel, joining them together with a single crochet, and it looks like this. Okay, so I'm gonna go around here at the bottom until I'm back at the top here. So this is what I have. I came all around and I'm back here, and I didn't do this part because, yeah, we are not meant to do it. And then I realized I should have done the wording that I wanted to do before I attach this panel to the other one, but I didn't. So we are now going to do the lettering here. If you don't like the lettering, just don't do it, really. The bag can be just left like this, and then we'll come and do the handles. Okay, I like it so far. Okay, so if you're doing this and maybe you find you have one stitch more on one side than the other, just join 2 stitches to 1. Really doesn't change a bit of how it looks. So yeah, so this is how it looks here on the sides and at the bottom. Yeah, Now I need to trace what I want to write here. I want to write out of office. I hope it comes out as I imagine it, because I want to use the slips, the surface slip stitch. So yeah, so I went ahead and put this design here, and I just traced out of office and then did the slip stitch, the surface slip stitch to make this. And I didn't shoot this because I already have a tutorial on how to do the surface slip stitch. I'll leave the link in the comments or in the description box, so that you can, in case you want to do this, then you can see how to do the surface slip stitch, or you can check other YouTube videos. Just Google how to do a surface slip stitch, and then you'll be able to write whatever you want to write here. So what I want to do now, so it's out of office and I used 3 colors in one. I just used 3 strands. That's why you see the multicolor looking like this. Okay, it is not the neatest, but yeah, it does the job. So I want to do the handles here, and what I'll do is I'll just take my yarn and I'm going to make a chain. So for the handles of the bag, seven, 8, 9, 10, and I'm going to do 105 chains. So go ahead and do the same. I did 106, and if you want it shorter, you can do shorter, or you can add more chains. If you want it longer, just see how it fits on me and then decide how you adjust. So we're going to make single crochets, skip the first stitch and go into the second stitch, make a single crochet, go into the next stitch, make a single crochet and a single crochet, and we are going to do rows of single crochets all through, just like we did with this part. And I did 4 rows, so I'll meet you once I have 4 rows. So you just get to the end, chain 1, turn your work, single crochet, chain 1, turn your work, like that until you have a total number of 4 rows. So this is what I have after 4 rows, and I'm going to attach it. I already attached this one, so I'm going to count 10 rows from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 stitches, not rows, 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and in the 10th, that's where I will attach it. So like this, yeah, like this. And I'm going to use a slip stitch, so I'm going to go into every stitch with a slip stitch. On this corner, just put it here like this. We'll go back in with my hook. Just to make it secure. And then I'll use my needle to just weave in the ends. But before that, I will secure it one more time. Yep, and then I will weave in the ends. Okay, so I'm going to do the same for this other side. So I'll count 10 stitches from this way, and then let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So reattach hook in the 10th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And work slip stitches to the end. And just finish it off the same like I did with the other one. Okay, so and you will go ahead do this other side too, and I did both sides. And yeah, I'll meet you once you have everything ready. Cut off your yarn and you'll have your bag. What do you think, guys? So do you like it? I don't know, let me know in the comment section. And I'm just wondering what you'll be writing out of this, or you leave it plain. I don't know. So, or also you can do both sides, the granny square, so really would also look cute. I just wanted to have it two-faced. So thank you so much for watching.